Hey, hello. One of these days I should just say, hello world. That's so typical though. When am I ever gonna get one of those, like, YouTuber catchphrases? Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier. No. Can't be convincing. I've liked Hello Pretty Peoples. Or Hello. What is it? What does Night Mind Community do? There's so many good ones, and it's like all the good ones are taken. What about what's up, gamers? I know. What's up, Pog Champs? I should use that. I'm sure everybody will love that one. What's up, my little poggers? Little Pog Champs. Alright, well, I'm going to start this stream just right off the bat. Because I think tonight I will probably be doing true solo mode. But, so we're totally ignoring these guys over here. We're not gonna talk to them. Well, maybe later we will. But we're gonna go back to Musosai because we haven't. Has it been 4 episodes? Maybe more than that. But we're already at level 58, so I thought we'd do. What were we on? Level 56? Yes, we were. I got it right. Level 56. And let's see if I can remember what happened last time. Last time on Dragon's Balls P. Well, we 100% did the stint where we were on one of Gigaruju's friends, or not really friends, but you know, those little circle of rich yacht people that Lalafell have. He was like one of those guys that collects all the damn swords from those medieval booths when you go to, like, Ren Fair. He was such a weeb, and, like, all I know, cultural appropriation guy. That's what he was. And he's like, I'm so cool. I have a katana, and it's like, cool, I also have a katana. But, he was a total fraudster, and he was like, you know, what's the point of having a sword if you can't, like, murder people with it? And it's like, you know, you could totally just frame it up in your bedroom and announce to the whole world how much of an incel you are. You don't need to do anything extra, but no, that guy was like, I want to know what it's like to kill somebody, and it's like, that is not a cool thing to wish for, my guy. So we had to put an end to his antics. I don't think we even really truly killed him. I think we just more like knocked him out, and then he got like arrested. But because Musosai says like, oh, he should die, but we're not judge, jury, and executioner here. And then that guy had that weird cowboy samurai, you know, combining Western and Eastern films here. We're doing 2 genres at once. And, oh yeah, I failed that fight horribly, and Musosai's like, you need to work on your form, Yorva, you're not doing samurai well, right? And then he was like, my samurai senses are telling me that I have to go to the forest. And we're like, Gridania? And he's like, yeah, that place. So now we're here. Ah, Yorva, by the strength of your aura, you just... yes, I can read your aura. You have clearly kept at your training. I hope you haven't failed any more instances. And in discharging the duty of a samurai in 2 cities now, you are slowly but surely becoming one in sooth. He's just like, you're not quite there yet, but you are acting like a samurai. I hope that our time here will afford you further opportunity to grow. By the way, have you not seen Momozigo? He hasn't returned since he left us earlier. Yeah, he was acting a little bit, cagey. I worry that he has fallen prey to evil in the course of seeking it out. We should search for... Oh yeah, I've got to do the evil! Let us split up and ask the locals. Surely one of them has seen our friend. Like, I truly believe that he would hang out with Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. In fact, he's probably like a combo of the both of them. Like, he just seeks out evil. A hatted Lalafell, and he's a showmaster, you say? I recall the face of every adventurer who's passed by my post, but I've not seen anyone fitting that description. Sorry I couldn't be of help. Well, that's weird. He was just outside, so... I think she's lying, though. I don't think she sees everything. Because that is a lot of people up there. A Lalafell? The fellow dozing off thither is the only one I've seen. This Lalafell over here, if I can get my camera on him, not really. This Lalafell has been there since day one back in 2013. He's been sleeping for over a decade, so... Now, is there aught else I might assist with, helping you achieve greater intimacy with the elementals? I don't want to have intimacy with the elementals. That sounds like a bad time. And we just got over an episode where we had to commune with some, so... Forgive me my bluntness, but you are not here with an opportunity for profit. Oh, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you. Yes, I did see a Lalafell much like you described. He was in the process of being taken away to the Adder's Nest, though I know not the circumstances. Yeah, he did come by here. They were lying. Nah, they just don't see everything. Taken away by the authorities, you say? That's what we do, not the other way around. There must be an explanation. Come, we must go to the addled mess at once. He's still not very good with these words. I just said Adder's Nest. What in the commune's name could have possibly happened? I think our friend got arrested. Why, yes. As a matter of fact, we did apprehend a Lalafell and showmaster by the name of Momozigo. He was wanted here in Gridania for embezzlement. He committed tax fraud. Was no large amount of coin, to be sure, but a crime is a crime, and we took him into custody on sight. Oh, that's even worse. Like, it was just a little bit of embezzlement. It's like, go big or go home. However, the custody didn't last long, for the fellow up and fled when our backs were turned. He was last seen heading into the North Shroud, towards Proud Creek, Ixal held territory. What a smart decision. We're presently deliberating whether to dispatch a search party, but in light of the risks, I fear that none will be forthcoming. Everybody's like, who wants to go up against the Birdmen? And everybody's just staying silent. They're like, I really don't wanna, like... They got talons and beaks. If this Momozigo is your friend, perhaps you might consider searching for him yourselves. And can you let him know that he's still arrested? This bodes ill. Come, Yorva, we must find Momozigo before he falls foul of these icky souls. Yorva's like, I'm not even gonna correct him anymore. I think his version is even better, so... Who would have guessed that the helpful Lullafellan broker who, you know, deals in gambling and shit has committed embezzlement. And not even like a capital crime. It's just like, okay, well, like, you still gotta serve time, Momozigo, but like they're like, it's not even that big of a deal. That's probably why they're like, is it even worth it to go into Exalt territory? Everybody in the Adder's Nest is like, it sounds like a lot of work. Yeah, sure enough, here they are. You know, it's always like really awesome how we happen to get here like right as they start attacking, you know? Like, it's really nice of them to not have killed Momozigo before I even got here. Like, I just arrived right at that moment. I'm aiding you, Momozigo. It looks like I'm just reaching my hand out, though. Oh, well, there he ran. He didn't even say anything. He just ran. He just fucking ran. He's like, I'm gonna put the cutscene over here because you'll probably get attacked by something, and I don't want to interrupt that. Hilarious, isn't it? Here I am on a heroic quest to punish criminals with you, but all this time I was a criminal myself. What's a little bit of tax fraud between friends, you know? I was organizing a concert at the amphitheater, you see, but the songstress bailed at the last minute. At that time, I had a huge debt hanging over my head and no way of paying it off. So I ran off with the money I'd collected from advance ticket sales. He's the scalper from Ticketmaster. I knew it was wrong, but I did it anyways. I'm no better than the crooks we've gone after. Will you punish me like you've punished them? I hate Ticketmaster. To betray the people's trust and steal from them is a despicable act. Such evil cannot be suffered. Yorva's like, I guess we're gonna kill this guy? He's like, we're gonna have to kill this guy, Yorva. Aw, man. There. The evil in you is exercised. He just did some, like, Reiki stuff. He just cut all the threads, and he's just like, now you are free from the evil. You have committed a crime, 'tis true, but so too have you dedicated yourself to fighting it. Is that... Okay, but those people still had their money stolen from them. From this moment forth, do you swear to be a changed man and fight always for justice? I swear it. I'll never do bad things ever again. I don't know, Momozigo. We all do bad things like on a daily basis, don't we? I may not be able to wield a katana, but I will fight with you nonetheless. You've not spent all your recent earnings, I trust. You would do well to return the money you took and beg forgiveness. There we go, that's better. If you apologize from the heart, I see no reason why the aggrieved would not forgive you your transgressions. So go and make amends, and let us continue our quest. We cannot well succeed without you. Thank you, Musosai. Yorva! I'll go pay... and Yorva, I guess. She's there. I'll go and repay the money and apologize this instant. I mean, if I bought tickets off of Ticketmaster and then, like, a scalper came up to me and just said, here's your money back, I think I'd feel pretty good about it. If Momozigo aspires to evil, he has much more work to do. He's like, a little bit of embezzlement is not really, like, high crime. As it stands, he has reformed himself and will make no more mischief. With that, our work here is done. One fewer evil afflicts the... Oh, my knee! I have fallen, and I can't get up. That little jaunt through the forest should tax me so. There is no overcoming old age. He's like, my spleen. Yet here I am, come to the other side of the world in the twilight of my years. I journeyed here to find a worthy new pupil, and find her I did, even though I kind of tricked you, and you didn't know what you were signing up for. But if truth be told, I have one more objective. That is to track down and punish a fugitive from Hingashi, a disgraced samurai known as Kogarashi. Mark my words, his is the face of true evil, and it is my solemn charge to strike him down. Every time we have one of these Eastern quests, there's always some fugitive, you know? I guess I need to showcase the ninja quest line at some point. I had the chance to do so before, but I failed. His strength far surpasses mine own. I could not defeat him. I'm very old, if you haven't figured it out. Forgive me, I should not burden you with this. Pray dismiss it as the hollowed ramblings of an old man. Come, let us return to the city. Okay. Uh-huh. Muso sighs in deep thought. I'm given cause to doubt whether Momozigo has learned his lesson. Oh no. All is forgiven, and all it took was a bit of money. I can come and go through Gridania as I please again. I bribed everybody. All debts are settled then. That is well. Let us move on to wherever the wind should blow. He's gonna do the thing again. He's just gonna... Samurai senses. And the wind blows, 'twould seem, to snow-capped mountains. Momozigo, pray lead us there. Well, there's only one place with snow. Right! This way, friends. We're going to Ishgard. You've never been there, right? Yorva's like... Oh, we're not going to Camp Blue Fog. Yorva's just having, like, PTSD moment. They're like, we're going to Ishgard. We've just done the vault. Do I have to go to the Forgotten Night? Or the one below in the broom? This is the part where my memory is getting fuzzy. Can't remember what exactly we do in Ishgard. Because I remember everything about the quest line up into, Gridania part. I've always known Momozigo, he was, a runaway criminal, but it's like, his crime is like baby crime. So cold. But the tavern goers look at outsiders. But the way the tavern goers look at outsiders is even colder. Yeah, how'd you even get in here? They usually turn strange people away. Musosai is like, I am just so old. And they're like, he's so old. What is he gonna do? Little do they know, he like zips around. Such a breathtaking snowscape. I don't know. Have you seen all the dead bodies at the bottom? Though each of this land's regions may not change much with the seasons. Oh yeah, it's always icy here. Collectively, they are no less colorful than Hingashi. Now then, Momozigo and I will set to tracking down injustice in this city. Oh boy, you really won't have to go far. Like, how much injustice do you want to exercise out of here? This may take a while. In the meantime, my pupil, pray see to it that your sword arm remains warm in this frosty clime. Yorva's like, I've definitely been doing that. Wait, is my volume is turned down. I was like, it's a little bit quiet. Not that we really needed any music. Again, we're ignoring the quest. The quest music that we're doing, that's actually Stormblood. We'll be hearing a lot of that in the future, but we're just gonna pretend it's Ishgard. Or Heavensward. He's like, oh, you've already been practicing good. Ah, Yorva, your aura does not lie. You've grown stronger still in a matter of 10 minutes. Since embarking on our journey, you have made remarkable progress. I didn't see you fail any instances, so... Ere long, you will be a fully fledged samurai. Well, I get to have like a little badge, like a little... Samurai are often kind of like police. Sometimes. More like hired mercenaries, but on to our mission. We have scoured the snow-swept stones and pillars of the city for evil. Momozigo came upon a disturbing rumor. It's just awful, Yorva. A staged tragedy played out in real life. A young couple threw themselves off a cliff in the Western Highlands. Yorva's like, that's actually pretty common, right? If I had a nickel for every time somebody threw themselves off a cliff. As I hear it, the two were sweethearts from low-born families, but the girl had the ill luck of being fancied by a young nobleman. This Honfran tried to force them apart, and he hounded them so badly that he decided to end it, or that they decided to end it. Oh my god, he cyberbullied them so fucking hard that they just killed themselves. 2 innocent lives lost, and why? Because some guy wanted his dick wet? Because some lordling had to think with his member. I predicted that ahead of time. I was not reading that. Some lordling had to think with his member. He must be punished, I tell you. Yorva's like, I had a much more cruder way of putting it. Heartrending as the rumor is, rumors are no basis for punishment. I don't know, Musosai, we kind of jumped the gun a lot on these things, and we're still right. We must ascertain the truth of the matter. Let us begin by making inquiries of the couple in the bloom. Yeah, the bloom. That's where we're going. This is exactly where we were collecting information on, the mongrel. Hilda. Yeah, I know this guy. He's part of another quest line that is insane. The young couple what hurled themselves off a cliff. Alright, tragedy, no doubt. But it seems odd they'd go all the way to the Western Highlands to do it. I would just do it right here. There's no railings over there. No shortage of places to fall off around here. It's not OSHA approved, that's for sure. Yorva's like going up to Ishgard and it's like, where is OSHA? And they're like, what's OSHA? And she's like, oh my god. Like, oh yeah, you can come back here and talk to Hilda. She's just around. A few free spirits were tempted to take advantage of the recent instability, relieve a few blue bloods of their possessions and so forth. Don't worry, we put a stop to it. She's like, we don't need looting right now, even though it would be fun. I don't have much wits, but I've got wits enough to follow Hilda's orders. See, this guy is smart. He's like, I see a well thought out plan proposed to me by a beautiful lady. I don't fucking question it. I just do it. The broom's our home, and we'll take good care of it. And always listen to Hilda. Of course I heard about the poor buggers. Their luck ran out when Honfriend took a fancy to the girl. He's a greedy bastard, just like his father, Lord Yadrensho. Even he's like, how do I pronounce this? Is such a fucking weird name. And Fury forbids you get in the way of what he wants. That Lord Yadrensho. Yorva's like, does anybody actually know how to pronounce this guy's name? And they're like, no, we're from Ishgard, we don't know how to pronounce that. Folk are saying suicide, but I ain't convinced. Knew both of them well, I did. And they're not the sort to just give up on life, let alone each other. Unless this is maybe, you know, Romeo and Juliet, but... Well, what do you guys think? Like, you think some rich lordling would just go and frame up a scene, murder some people, make it look like suicide? Like, do you think, like, would somebody as privileged as that, would they just fucking do that? So a cloud of suspicion hangs over the suicide. It bears further investigation, but first things first. Momo's ego has vanished yet again. I mean, that's kind of what he does. Oh wait, let's talk it over! Ah! Help me! Oh, Yorva's like, this is the same place that Tataru was also. She's like, this is now the second time I've heard a Lalafell scream in these streets. Momo's ego! He is in trouble! Come, Yorva! It's always here. It's always here. Help me! Oh, what was that from? The help me! Some Disney movie, I think. Can't remember. Brain empty. This button is from Momozigo's garment, but he is nowhere to be seen. This bodes ill. It means he probably lost his pants. Well, that little fella, was he your friend? He was asking me about the suicide when some men bundled him up and carried him out. They just threw him in a sack like he was nothing. I hope you'll be alright. Bye! Okay, bye! Like, he doesn't stick around. It seems plain that there are those who take unkindly to our investigation. And they couldn't find a sack that's big enough for us, so... The time for caution is past. Let us confront this Onafrond himself. Okay. He was recently sighted near the Fast Fiddle on the level above. I don't even know what Fast Fiddle is supposed to mean. The pillars? The Fast Fiddle? Yeah, at some point he's just gonna be saying shit, and Yorva's like, I don't even know what that means, but I'm just gonna go follow you. You know, one of these days I should do the Astrologian quest line. There's a lot of good ones. Especially Dark Knight. On Frank. What if I just like took my boot and just kicked him like wah? On a front. Han Frank guy. Han Frank. That's his name. He is threatening to jump. Do a flip. Go away! Let me die in peace. I'm Ishgardian and I have a lot of feelings. If you wish to throw your life away, we will not stop you. What a... Musosai's like, go ahead. But first, answer me something and clear your conscience. Our companion was seized by unknown men while investigating the recent suicides, and it seems there is more to the incident than rumors would have us believe. Tell us, what truly happened? I tried to break them apart, that much is true, but they didn't kill themselves. Somebody murdered them, it was me. I brought her to the manor late one night, and she learned things she wasn't supposed to know. Learned how my father was dealing illicitly in furite. Orva's like, can you remind me again what furite is? I implored Father to overlook it, tried to convince him that she wouldn't talk, but he refused to listen. He ordered them to take them to the Western Highlands. They were... Oh gods, I loved her. I truly did, even though I wouldn't let her leave. I loved her, but also I just wouldn't leave women alone. As for your friend, I fear they mean to silence him too, at the Black Iron Bridge, like they did the others. Why is it that every time we do one of these episodes, like, Momo's ego is always, like, a damsel in distress? We thank you for your honesty and shall bother you no more. But know this, you are still young. I wish it would be like, we'll bother you no more. Have fun committing suicide off the ledge. You have all the time in the world to begin anew, to make amends, unlike this tired old man. Wow, Musosai, that was really, like... He's like, unlike me, I'm unsavable, don't worry. We haven't a moment to waste. To slack eye on bridge. Gosh, he just said it, Musosai, like... She's like, so are you still gonna do it? Alright. Just gonna leave him there. I mean, he did talk him down, but we're also just like, alright, I guess do what you gotta do. Bye. I like that there's also a guard here, and while they are kind of, I guess it is hard to see. But, like, there's also some people milling about here, and there's, like, a guy obviously on the ledge over there, and they're just like, I'm sure he's fine. Let's see. Oh yeah, I can't teleport to Western Islands until I've unlocked flying, because, you know... You can't open the gates for somebody like me. No, I went the wrong way. And Hanfreit was like, I just wished I could have a woman that didn't really want me, and it's like, oh my god, just fucking walk away. Instead you got her fucking killed, you stupid ass. I should be more sympathetic to him, but I'm honestly not. I thoroughly believe in just leaving women alone. It's like she wasn't even killed because of feelings or whatever. She was killed because somebody's dealing in crack cocaine around here. And they're like, we have to murder her. She knows too much about the crack cocaine that we have in the basement. Let's drop down here. I have to imagine... I think all I have left here are just like some quests I gotta do in order to be able to fly around. Probably do that off screen unless there's something real fun. Can't remember. I mean, there's a lot of lore out here in Western Corythus, especially around Riversmeet. Riversmeet was 1.0 location. Or I should say, yeah, it's Camp Riversmeet. I remember discussing that, like... It's like this Garrison Knight just standing out here. I discussed that when we were first out here with Artoriel. Got stuck on a rock there. This bridge is... also a part of a lot of quest lines. But I do remember, this is one of the quests where you actually get to fight on it. There's this shit-ass father. It's like, in trying to hide the crack cocaine that you have, by killing everybody, you have now just made people investigate harder. Like, how is that going for you, my guy? It's like they can't know about it. I'm going to make myself look extremely suspicious. So that people will have to come investigate. And now he looks afraid. Wait, where did that... Was he always wearing that, or did he... I think he just... All of a sudden, he has a machinist gun. He's got a gun! Gosh, that was close. I thought I was a dead Lalafell. I mean, you still could be if you tried. By the way, your son's about to commit suicide off the ledge of the pillars. Just, you know... Forgive me my delay. This deep snow makes you work for every step. I'm very old. I have arthritis. So you are the heartless cur who stole 2 innocent young lives. It's over. Surrender yourself. Not only are you going to be arrested for crack cocaine, but now you're also going to be arrested for murder. Like hells, it's over. Mistake me not for one of those utterly useless mercenaries. I have a gun. Not a shred of remorse, and also he's got a gun. Lowlier than a mindless beast. Such evil cannot be suffered. He's like, oh, why did you say it like that? Why did you say evil like that? I killed that man. He's like, I straight up killed that man. Our work here is it's like, he took a moment there. He's like, hold on. Do I fall down? I fall down. Musosai. I have not come this far to fall here. He just needs a nap. Worry not, my friends, 'twas but a dizzy spell. Now then, I believe we visit all the major cities of Erzir. Oh, hello, welcome to the chat. Was a 10-second spot of time AI was trying to figure out what part of Heavensward this was? This is technically Heavensward. No, it's not. It's Stormblood. Don't you remember when Musosai comes in and just ends the Dragon Song War? Just like for good? All that remains is to find Kogarashi and deliver onto him his reckoning. That damn Kogarashi. Yorva, in the course of righting wrongs across the land, you have become a great samurai. Not just a fledgling one, you're a samurai. One whose skills rival even those of Kogarashi. There is little and less left for me to teach you. I thank the Kami for blessing me with such a fine pupil. Come, my friends, let us return to the city and find a place to warm ourselves. I think my feet are frostbitten because I'm wearing sandals. Dude, I want to see Musosai and Matoya, like, have tea together. Alright, we're just gonna go back. We're just gonna teleport. Yeah, so we started this off. We were at Gridania, and I'm like, I could continue the quest line, but Musosai is right behind me, so I've been, doing what... This should be the last one, until we hit 60, so... This is level 58 Samurai. Because the level 56 Samurai quest is like, you go to Gridania, Momozingo is like, oh, I've done crimes, I've done tax fraud, and Musosai's like, that's baby crimes. You didn't even kill one person. Oh no, I don't see Master. Yorva, thank the gods you're here. It's Musosai. He collapsed again as soon as we entered the gates. I told him he needed a nap. He's resting at the inn right now, but the chirurgeon... He said that the old man is ill. Gravely ill. Like in grave, as in dying. He hasn't long left. It's a wonder he could even draw his katana. All this time, he's been pushing on by sheer force of will, punishing evildoers across the land, even saving my hide. What is it that drives him on? I don't know, he kept mentioning this name over and over again, Momosiko. Why does he go to such lengths to find this Kogarashi character? He needs to exorcise out the evil. The old man won't breathe a word on the matter, but there must be some reason. If only we knew, we could finish his duty in his stead. For now, there's naught to do but keep watch over him. I'll see to that, so you needn't worry. I know you got more important things to do. I don't know, I was just at the bedside of the Y'shtola blunt, so... If there's a change, you'll be the first to know. It's just that music now is such a meme. Musosai is gravely ill. Da 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 da. He's going to die, Yorva. Da 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 da. I love Stormblood. Nobody's allowed to talk shit on Stormblood. That expansion was fucking hilarious. Alright, so now we've gotten our duty out of the way. Yorva had to tell the Scion group, like, hold on, Musosai is right here. I can't leave him hanging, guys. And they're like, yeah, go ahead. We need to catch our breath anyways. So this gave them good time to just kind of sit here and have some lunch or something. I don't know. Let's see how we're doing on... And I believe those quests really don't do any... I'm just like so paranoid. Because I have done things where like they've locked out a move or something. And I had no clue I didn't have... like some sort of move because I just leveled up. Alright, so now we're going to go to Charlayan. We're already in Endwalker, guys, so... In my youth, I had the honor of studying under Matoya from Final Fantasy I. In the field of etheric research, she is without rival because she has been here for all 14 games. And I'm kidding, she didn't appear in many of them. I have no doubt that her knowledge will be of our aid to our cause. The question is, will she share it with us? My master has ever been willful, the gods forbid anyone disagrees with her. When the Garlean Empire first marched upon Eorzea some 15 years ago, the denizens of Charlayan were summoned back to the motherland, and then we left everything just behind, like that's not gonna cause any problems or anything. Imagine you come in and colonize an entire piece of land, and then you just go, well, never mind, and then just leave, but you don't, like, take a whole lot with... Anyways. However, Matoya refused to join the Exodus because she thought it was stupid. To this day, she lives a hermit's life on the fringes of an abandoned city. So it is to the Dravanian hinterlands that we must go, to the place of my birth. Though Alize and I were born in Charlayan, our days there were short. We were probably toddlers. We remained only until the Exodus, and I have not returned since, because it's not really a place anymore. Oh, so it is to be a homecoming then. Find a reason as any to go to Charlayan, and it would afford us the opportunity to pay my master a visit. She's just like, yeah, let's just road trip over there, and, you know. I believe you have mistaken our primary objective, Y'shtola. Y'shtola's like, well, maybe we'll go visit Matoya. At any rate, the journey will take us through largely unknown territory. Let us first return to Ishgard and make our preparations. Uh-huh. Yeah, clarity to, people who have not done Endwalker yet. Charlayan is different from old Charlayan. Charlayan is the new Charlayan. That's a colony. I still don't get why the Charlayans did this, but they were like, we're gonna go over to Eorzea, kind of near where Dravania is, which Dravania shares a border with Ishgard. And they colonized that little area, and then the Garleans started to make war with everybody, and Charlayan is so fucking cagey about being at war with anybody at all that they just up and leave and go back to actual Charlayan, which is an island way up north. And they're like, instead of just calling this other place New Charlayan, we're just gonna call this Old Charlayan. We're just gonna rename our entire fucking country Old Charlayan. Even though we're not even using the current Charlayan at all. Anyways, Y'shtola, what do you think of this place? So this is the Holy See. I should like to linger a while and take in the sights. You might be able to in a little while. But it must wait till after our mission. We managed to find Y'shtola. Given time, I'm sure we'll be reunited with the others as well. Just everybody. Thancred, Minfilia, Ida, Papalymo. None of those guys are gonna die. Charlayan is situated in the Dravanian hinterlands. Yeah, Yorva's like, yeah, I just told the audience that, Alfino. To get there, we must strike west and traverse the breadth of the Dravanian forelands. Make no mistake, it will be a grueling journey. Nobody made roads out there, at least not for 1,000 years. The party shall be comprised of Yorva, Y'shtola, and myself. Tataru, you can't fight, so you have to remain in Ishgard and continue the search for our missing friends. Yes, sir, I don't fight. First, let us make for Tailfeather. Yorva's like, that's easy, because I have attuned to the Aetheryte. Yeah, I'm still forever, like, angry that Charlayan doesn't even use its own colony anymore. It's been abandoned for 15 years. And, instead of just calling it something else, they just decided to rename their entire country. When we last set foot here, Stini and Yzael were with us, and now I am the child of divorced parents. Though it was not all that long ago, I find myself strangely taken by nostalgia. How long has it been, Alfino? Hours? Days? Months? Alfino's like, we're in a time bubble, Yorva. I don't know how long it is. A long soak in the live stream, followed by a long journey. I would not reckon. She's like, I have the worst jet lag you could possibly imagine. But rest assured, my strength is returning to me. I shall be back to my former self ere long. Just keep feeding me Jaeger bombs. I'm sure it will help. Level up. Ooh, is that a new katana? Katana. Uchigatana. Uchigatana. Trying to translate that in my head, but it's not working. I believe I'm sufficiently rested. She's like, hold on, I'm going to rest for a bit. Okay, I'm good now. Let us continue west to Charlayan. Once we descend the mountain path, we will arrive at the Dravanian hinterlands. From there, it is but a short distance to the city. Be warned that we shall be passing through the Nath territory. We must needs be wary of them and the dragons both. You mean they didn't just, you know... They didn't just become nice when we destroyed their god? Wait, where do they want me to go? Y'shtola's like, I didn't have muscles for 3 months. My body is tired. And then she stood there for 5 seconds and said, okay, I'm good now. Yeah, I know. I mean, if we weren't so over-leveled, I guess, you know, we would leave them while we did our, you know, other quests or whatever. But instead, we're just like, okay, we're ready to go. I forgot, is this a way I can leave, but I need flight? Man, not having flight just sucks. I am still uber shocked, though, that you only need 4 ether currents, and then the rest of them are just questline ether currents. Like, that is... I wish that were me. I wish I never had to go through the pain of original Heavensward. Like, I'm so happy, but I'm also angry because I'm like, I had to suffer. I had to suffer a lot. Like... Ziyaya is gonna be one of those warrior of lights that are like, I don't accept student forgiveness because I had to pay my way through college. She's like, back in my day, you had to go fight ether currents, so everybody has to be miserable like I do. I make it headcanon on this stream. Ziyaya doesn't believe in student loan forgiveness. She's so rotten. Where does this thing want me to go? I should have teleported to Annex Shrine. Oh, there it is. Oh well, I'm already out here. It saves me 100 gil, I guess. I also love the music. The music out here is amazing. I want to avoid that guy. There we go. Yeah, I wanted to shut up there for a minute to enjoy the music, because I love that part where it gets really upbeat. Sounds like you're on like an epic adventure. Like the one we're on right now. The Final Fantasy adventure. Heavensward. Alright, Edmont. Send us off.
To the Thalaic River, where to the melted snows of Abelathia's spine eventually find their way by means of 1,000 silver streams. Whose waters have long nourished the Dravanian hinterlands, and so provided for a settlement of learned souls from across the northern seas. To the city of Sharlayan, that great seat of knowledge now abandoned by her keepers, they came.
Alright, thank you, Edmont. That gave me a good water break. Matoya dwells on the far side of the Thalaic River. Let us search for a crossing that isn't, like, rubble by now. You know, now I think about it, if they had an Exodus 15 years ago, that means, I don't even think Alfino and Alize would even be toddlers. I think they would just be like 1 year old. Maybe they would be entering toddlerhood. I bet those bitches hadn't even learned yet to walk. Or I don't know, they're geniuses. Maybe they were walking by age 1. Don't you dare. Sharlayan over here, like, we're neutral parties. We're not here to interfere in the makings of the world. Also, let's build a colony. Let's become colonizers. Anyways, these are our first sneak peeks of Charleyan architecture. They do make a nice road, though. And then there's that tower in the distance. I'm sure it's not important. And then these structures over here, which don't look Charleyan. I'm sure that's not important either. Looks like goblin architecture. I don't think that's important. Oh yeah, these are always interesting. There's evidence of Aetherites around here. Like, this was actually like a real city. But it is in disuse. There's not even a proper Aetherite to teleport to. If you notice around here, like, you cannot teleport directly into this place. So Goblin camp. Well, like I said, it's not important. Oh, here's just Philadelphia, right here. The bridge ahead is collapsed. I'm afraid we shan't be crossing there. But worry not, I know another way. See you the towering structure to the north. We should be able to cross there. But 15 years abandoned, and already Charleyan has fallen into such disarray. Alfino, I have seen worse things happen in a matter of 5 years. Like, 15 years is plenty of time for shit to just break down. Verily, it is a city no more than its inhabitants. Or, verily, a city is no more than its inhabitants. Yeah, I don't think many people realize how much work goes into an infrastructure. Like, almost one of those shows where they were talking about, like, if all humans disappeared off the face of the earth and what would happen to our cities. It would not take long at all, you know? You need people to maintain electricity, which keeps things moving. You need water, water infrastructure, what do they call those things? Water pump plants. You know, like, some of these things only take a matter of days of not having maintenance on them for them to go kaput. And Mother Nature, I mean, it literally takes like a year for weeds to start growing. And growing tall. So then you got shit, like, if you're not mowing your lawn, if you're not upkeeping the garden, that shit just goes wild and crazy very fast. Again, just a matter of years. Now, even take a decade of that shit, your buildings are going to be crumbled. Knowledge seeks no man. So says the motto of the Charleyan engraved upon yonder stone. The meaning is simple. It falls to us to seek enlightenment. Make sure you have money so you can go to school and get education. During the 6th astral era, at the turn of the 13th century, men from the northern nation of Charleyan journeyed across the sea to Eorzea in search of knowledge. Upon arriving at these shores, they established a camp for their scholarly endeavors. Over time, this camp grew into a settlement, and the settlement prospered, and so much so that it came to be counted amongst Eorzea's great city-states. Alas, those glory days are but now a fading memory. With her keepers lost to her, Charlene has become an empty husk of her former self. Uplander is mistaken. Charlene has new keepers, is on cusp of new age glory. Did you not see our architecture out there? Why are you all acting so surprised? Goblins? Even though we saw some on our way here. Literally, I know they were within your eyesight, Alfino. You were standing right outside. Goblins? Here to plunder the city? I think they've already done that for the last 10 years. Uplanders mistaken muchly. We are not thieves. This place is our home. You guys weren't using it. Your home. When last I looked, it was mine and Alfino's. We were born here. When Uplanders abandoned city, Uplanders gave up claim. Born here or no, Uplanders are trespassers. I mean, he's got a point. I mean, we weren't using it. My friends, please. We did not come to dispute your claim to this land. Our purpose here is peaceful. We desire but to cross the river. We just want to do a little river crossing, that's all. Be calm, I beg you. And let us speak like civilized folks that we are. Surely we can come to a mutual understanding. No, we will keep dancing aggressively. Do your little dance, tappy tap. If that is the truth, then Uplanders are welcome here. As long as you know that we're in charge. Come with Slow Fix. Slow Fix will show Uplanders settlement. Our place. Honestly, I say let them have it, like... You guys might have been born here, but you sure, like, didn't stay. Not that I think Alfino had any say in it. He couldn't even walk, guys. So, here is the heart of settlement. Name of Idleshire. What we got here? Guess? Everybody who looks at my name thinks I'm Mountain Dew. Greetings to you. I am Alfino Levier, and I am a smartass. God, he sounds like immediately. They're like, you sound like somebody we can shove into a locker. And may I introduce my companions, Yorva Ovasc and Y'shtola. Just Y'shtola. We have journeyed far in search of a friend, and seek to cross the river. But finding the main bridge collapsed, you went looking for a detour and ended up stumbling into Slowfix and his crew, is that right? That's exactly it. Like, wow. That's the short of it, This place, Idleshire, I came expecting a ghost town. Suffice to say, I'm surprised to find it so alive. Well, with all them precious artifacts lying about, like, you guys really just didn't take a lot of shit with you, and what did you expect was going to happen? It's only a matter of time before treasure hunters like me moved in, but we weren't the first to arrive, neither. By then, Slowfix and his gobby friends were already settled. At first, gobbies and hunters disliked each other, but understanding came. Then friendship. Now gobbies and hunters have joined hands to build great new nation. So this is what So that is what happened after we Charlayans departed. Oh, so you're locals. No hard feelings, I hope. Like, you guys weren't using it. All these nice buildings, but no one to live in them. Felt like a waste, you know? Like, you guys kind of left a lot of junk here. It's I just want her to be like, you know, to just kind of pack up a few things and leave, but like there's a whole library you guys just left. We've been trying to put the place to rights and things have been going well for the most part, but it ain't all smooth sailing. Not to sound ungrateful, but the trash people left lying about are a bloody nuisance. And there's the Illuminati harrying us. Oh, by the way, the Illuminati is real. Slowfix has a bright idea. Uplanders desire mutual understanding, yes? Best way to understanding is helping one another. Please do our chores. Help citizens of Idleshire, and Uplanders can become citizens too. Citizens are free to cross river. Well, I am not aware of a crooker way to reach our destination, so let us assist Slowfix and his people. Yay, free labor! Yay, katana! He's like, also, do you want this sword? Yorva's like, yeah, give it. It looks almost identical to the one I had before, except this one has a golden handle. What do they call that? It's the bit to keep your hand from, you know, slipping into the sword bit and cutting yourself open, you know? I like that they're all like, you left all these buildings and all this stuff, but do you know what else the Charlayans left behind? I know, I just... Every time I come back here... Yeah, they left behind Matoya. They don't really know that she's out there, or maybe they do, but they just, you know, are like, I don't know, there's some strange person, she never really comes out. To be fair, they didn't leave behind a whole-ass woman. The woman was like, I ain't getting out of my chair. So, Uplanders agree to help. Become slaves, yes? Good. Here's what Slowfix wants Uplanders to do. Make scones. Many golems prowl Idleshire, get in the way of expansion plans. We're going to colonize this place even further. Slowfix wants Uplanders to eliminate golems. Uplanders are Charlayan, yes? Charlayans should know best way to deal with creatures. I guess, were you guys born with that knowledge? So we are to eliminate the golems. That should be simple enough, fair. You have a katana, right? The automata were employed as sentinels, and by design can be unmade with a coded command. At the time of the Exodus, it was noughts and crosses. I see no reason why it should still not still work. Let us divide the task between the three of us. The quicker to be finished with it. Oh god, now I gotta do the noughts and crosses shit. So I'm turning down the volume a little bit. This is one of those music that's, during the daytime, it is just so blaringly loud. Maybe it's the, Do you think it's the bagpipes? I think it's the bagpipes. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, Matoya is, like, my role model. In fact, I think Zuyaya looks at Matoya and is like, finally, somebody proves that they can just go live in a cave and hate everybody from afar. Oh, Alfina's gonna take care of these ones. Oh, I like that they have little... They actually are saying things. Did I hit that? I don't think I remember hitting that. No, it says unattuned. I still think it's a little bit irresponsible of the Charlatans to be like, alright, we made a whole city, a city big enough to be considered another city-state in Eorzea, and then they leave so fucking fast that, yeah, of course, you can't just demolish your buildings right away, but they left, like, stuff behind. And it's like, way to make a mess on your way out. Like, it's not very responsible of them. Okay, now I gotta put knots and crosses. I hope I... I have to capitalize both words, don't I? I hate these things because it's like, way to go embarrass yourself in front of all these people doing Chloe's quest line or whatever. As you fumble around with what exactly they want you to put in say chat. I honestly, I know a lot of players hate it, but it's like, I don't like the say chat function thing, because first of all, you'll agonize over making sure, because you have to make sure it's properly spelt, all the spaces in the right spots, don't accidentally double space it, and, and then again, like in this one, it's like, I know to capitalize knots, but it's like if I hadn't capitalized crosses, it would have been wrong. And then the last thing is, you have to make sure your cursor, you can't just walk up to them, like this wouldn't count. You have to actually click on them, and then hit the say thing. That's usually where I fuck up. I usually spell everything right, capitalize everything right, and then I forgot to actually click on it. Yeah, back to the Charlatan discussion, they left behind St. Moccasins Arby's burrito, like... Again, I question them because they're all like, oh, we're so responsible, we're scholars, we are very learned men and women. We don't get involved in wars, and we won't help anybody, Garlean or otherwise. And it's like, cool, you left behind this entire colony and you didn't clean up your goddamn mess. Like, bitches. Golems are no more? Wonderful. Now we can resume work to expand settlements. Even though I've come at a time where you've already expanded. So when you first came in here, this place actually wasn't very built up. But because we were coming here more than 10 years later, it all looks perfectly built, doesn't it? Oh. I'm going to jump straight into the Illuminati. Uplanders helped Gobbyfalk. Earned right to be citizens of Idleshire. Wow, we only had to do one thing. But Slowfix must ask another favor. And then Yorva's like, there we are, it's not just one thing. It's never one thing. Another favor, you'd say? Short time ago, dear friend of Slowfix ventured into Illuminati territory. Illuminati are nasty goblins. Show no mercy even towards Gobbykin. Slowfix fears for friend's life. Please find a friend before Illuminati do. Wait, hold on. You're saying that they were gonna nuke this area? I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. They're like, oh no, but Toy is there, we can't do that. And I guess they just all shrugged and are like, oh well, you know, guess there's nothing to be done. They're like, what about the horrible, experiments in Moshian's Arboretum, and they're like, I'm sure that'll sort itself out. I am suddenly taken in by a sense of foreboding. What, Y'shtola, about the nuking, or? Be that as it may, we cannot turn a blind eye. Let us make haste and find Slowfix's friend. I have to think, so, like, Alvino was a baby. Probably couldn't even talk yet. Y'shtola, let's see, 15 years ago? And we don't truly actually know Y'shtola's age. I mean, we kind of do. I'm gonna say Y'shtola was a teen when she left, so it's not like she was actually an adult. So again, I'm not blaming either of them for the Exodus not cleaning up their mess. I'm mostly blaming whatever leaders. I mean, the threat of Garlemald was urgent. Because it was 20 years ago they took over Alamigo, and I bet that gave them 5 years to kind of... Because I remember Garlemald taking Alamigo sent most of Eorzea in a panic, because now literally a border to their territory, which would be the Shroud, Gridania is close to where that is. And this is also how Garlemald eventually was able to infiltrate Eorzea. And Charlayan predicted this, so that it did give them 5 years to kind of sit on the information when Alamigo was taken. So I would say that maybe they tried to, you know, plan ahead for 5 years or so. Can you imagine teenage Y'shtola arguing with Matoya and trying to get her to leave her goddamn cave? I mean, I don't think we have to imagine too hard, because we see all the evidence with their interaction. Like, I think I can figure out pretty keenly how that conversation went. Goodly Uplander. I like the part of it was like drawn out, so I'm like, is it like a pause? Is it like a thoughtful thing? Anyways, Goodly Uplander, long time no eye catch. What is bringing Uplander here? Also, as a refresher from Larks is Not a Stream, we know Brayflox all talks. If you remember the great Brayflox long stop dungeon. Does Uplander have lusty eyes for junk of Brayflox? I forgot about that line. She means like the junk she's carrying, but she's making it sound like something else. Uplander must not be touching junk of Brayflox. Brayflox is finding junk first. I knew I recognized that voice. Greetings, Brayflox. It has been a while. Yeah, I forgot Y'shtola's. She met Brayflox briefly. Forgive us for interrupting your work, but Captain Wisecat gave me to understand that you are marked by the Illuminati. This happens to be Illuminati-held territory. She wouldn't just do that, would she? Be wanted by the Illuminati for stealing cheese recipe? And then just walking straight into Illuminati territory? Is it wise to be here? Pshaw! Brayflux eat Illuminati for sunupsies. And throw cheese at them. And then here's the Illuminati. Right here. Who would have guessed? Who eats who for sunupsies? Ah! And then she fucking... Brayflux all talks. Unwise you are to come here after dirty talking secret knowings of cheese make from Illuminati. Or dirty talking. Goddamn dirty taking. After dirty talking with the cheese. Brayflux did no unright. Cheese recipe is Gobby birthright, and I can dirty talk to whatever I want. Save tongue flaps for trading in Death Pit. Pray to Godfathers, for punishment is near times. It appears we have no choice. I guess we're fighting Gobbies now, yeah. Yorva's like, damn, I really like those. To Death Pit with you. I don't know, do you promise? Whatever this is about, Brayflux needs our help. It's like, oh, you didn't do that dungeon, Alfino? She stole their cheese recipe. Oh god, I forgot about the bombs. Run away? Oh gosh, now there's all these guys. Oh, wait, are those bombs ever gonna explode? Y'shtola, can you not invoke a spell? I think that's the last thing you need to be doing, like, right now. She's doing something. I don't know what it is, but it is very sparkly. Please do it soon, because I don't think it... Okay, Alfino is...
To me. Have at you.
That was really cool. Also pretty dangerous. Amazing. How did you learn such a potent spell? So, like, I spent time talking with the elementals for a bit. They vibrated this to me. Pshee! Illuminati, no match for the furious gobfists of Brayflux. You did so well, girl. More junk is awaiting Brayflux muchly. Brayflux is taking leave of Uplander. She's like, thanks, bye. Alright. Well. Guess that's over. So that was the famous Brayflux. I was not involved in the Titan questline. I came after that, if you remember. I have newfound respect for the company of heroes. That a motley crew such as theirs could achieve the feats they did bespeaks unwavering solidarity. Yeah, I really want to know what Brayflux actually did the last time Titan was killed. Being embroiled in a cheese war was the last thing I expected coming to Charlayan. She's like, I wasn't aware we even had cheese. At any rate, we will fulfill Slowfix's request. Let us return with the good tidings and be on our way. Yeah, even with the changes to that dungeon with the trust or duty what is it? Duty support. She still grabs aggro off of the main boss. And have you ever not left Brayflux's long stop immediately and just kind of waited, like after you killed the dragon, just kind of sit around? Oh my god. Science dude, you're my hero. There has to be a warrior of light called Bill Nye the Science Guy. So if you just kind of sit around after you kill the dragon and the duty's complete and everything, if you don't leave, Brayflux comes running up with 2 other goblins. And she's like, Brayflux has come with help! And then she goes, Kabi boom. The dragon's already defeated. And then she goes, one more notch in Brayflux's belt, like she was the one who fucking killed the dragon. So yeah, she takes credit for your kill. But she arrives too late with help. I mean, very sweet of her to have run to grab help to help us, you know, kill that dragon, but she never arrives on time. I nominate Brayflux to be one of the most interesting characters. Because it's like, yeah, the goblins are technically like a beast tribe, quote unquote, you know? But too many of them are pretty good. I wish we had a goblin scion. It would be Brayflux for sure. Uplanders are back! Did Uplanders find friend of Slowfix? Yeah, I wasn't... I've been friends with her longer than you, honestly. Time has not cured recklessness of Brayflux. Without help from Uplanders, Brayflux would now be dead Gobby. Slowfix owes Uplander debt of gratitude. Also, thank you for cheese. Slowfix and Brayflux are joined by unseverable Gobby bond. If Slowfix had known that Uplanders are friends of Brayflux, Slowfix would have welcomed Uplanders into Gobbyflock at first meeting. Wait. I don't remember. Is Slowfix Brayflux's husband? Unseverable Gobby bond? That doesn't suggest they're just romantic. That suggests they're fucking married. I don't remember this detail. I'm looking ahead at these. Okay. I didn't know she had a husband. Uplanders have upheld bargain most highly. As promised, Slowfix makes Uplanders honored citizens of Idleshire, free to cross river at will. Though Uplanders must leave for now, Slowfix hopes that Uplanders will pay many visits and help build great new nation. You are most kind, my friend. You may be certain that we will return. And then he barely ever fucking comes back. It's me that comes back. I must confess, at first it upset me to learn that my home had been occupied by others, but I see now that it is in good hands. I mean, Y'shtola, nobody was coming back for this place. Under your care, I look forward to seeing Starlane thrive once more, to become a home to people of all races and creeds. Slowfix has already ordered the Godwatch to let Uplanders through. Safe travels! Alfido, Yorva, shall we then? Yeah, probably, I don't think Slowfix, would have just said that Brayflux was his friend. But it's just like the unbreakable Gobby bond. It's like, hold up. Oh yeah, we can't leave yet. By order of Chief Slowfix, Uplanders can come and go at will. Release the bombs! One moment for clearing away barricade. Is this what you gotta do, like, all the time? Like, hold on, we gotta blow up the bridge again today. Finally, we can continue our journey. They're like, leave, bitch! Yorva's like, I think a rock hit me in my lower back. They really should have said something, honestly. Barring any misadventure, we shall soon arrive at the cave where Matoya resides. Unless you have unfinished business in Idleshire, let us strike out at once. Yorva's like, I don't know, it's kind of raining. I am ready whenever you are. Let us go and meet the legendary Matoya. All the way from Final Fantasy I. He's just saying the same thing. Ahead lies the answering quarter, where the scholars of Charlayan gather to hone their knowledge. Even from this distance, 'tis plain that much of it has been given back to the wilderness. You want this book or something? What do we got here? Maybe get the astrologian thing. I honestly don't know what I would need. Don't know what I'm going to need in the future, other than sword. The cave in which Matoya resides is situated on the southern edge of the hinterlands. In choosing the spot, my master desired privacy above all else. What a way to put that. Excuse me, Y'shtola, I'm choking on water. It's all this rain coming from the sky. As such, the cave is extremely well hidden. She's like, no, I too am choking on the rainwater. You'll not find it unless you know where to look for it. We shall follow the road south until we reach a bridge. Rather than cross it, however, we shall ford the stream it spans, thence head straight until we arrive at the base of a bluff. And she's got a really good memory of... If I had to be told to retrace something that I was at like 15 years ago, because I gotta think. Y'shtola claims to be 23, but that is a lie. I think she's actually in her 30s, so 15 years ago she would have been about 15 years old. I'm trying to think if I could retrace my steps somewhere when I was 15 years old. I mean, I guess, you know, since it was someplace that she would regularly frequent. I don't know, how long was Matoya in this cave? Like, did she choose it when they decided to do the Exodus? Or was she, like, staking that place out for a while? Let's see. It's such a long way. Did I already find all the ether currents? I think that was only 3, was it? Yeah, I need to find one more. I bet you it's by Matoya's cave. Man, why do I even need, well, now I can't find it. There we go. Why do I even need this? There's the arboretum. Kind of hard to see in this rain. Said arboretum, full of monstrosities. Alright, I think here's the beginning of that river. Oh yeah, then there's that, you know, very large barrier in the middle of this place. Let's not forget that that was also something the Charlatans left behind. Though I won't blame them too much for that big bubble. I forgot, there's a way down, isn't there? I like that Matoya's Cave. It just says Matoya's Cave here on the map. So Yorva's like, oh, it's already marked here. Yorva's like, I know where Matoya's Cave is. It just says so right here on the map. Am I going the right way? No, I need to go backwards. You know how I knew that? There was a lack of frogs in that direction. And look, just as I thought. The ether current is right next to the cave. Gotta take care of this guy. Why do the frogs care? Like, they really took issue to me just walking past. That little bit of fence right here. That makes no sense. Just a little tiny bit of fence. That blocked me from being able to dodge the AoE. Oh god. Just die. Alright. This is the entrance. You seem unconvinced, Yorva. Yorva's like, no, it says right here on the map, Matoya's Cave. Well, that will only add to the surprise. A word of warning before we proceed. Stubborn geniuses make poor hosts. And I was 15 once. And time will have done naught to improve my master's temperament. God, can you imagine, like, 15 years alone with just some frogs? Doubt not, but that there will be sentinels and traps both to deter unwanted guests. Oh, both of those will deter unwanted guests. But we'll not be deterred, will we? Go on and touch the wall yonder. You will want to have your weapon near at hand. Icy wall. More frogs. Yorva's like, okay, I touched the wall and a bunch of frogs came out. Was anything else supposed to happen? All kinds of herbs grow here, and they appear very well tended. He's like, well, there is a garden, so... Those sentinels may suffice to discourage the average trespasser, but not the warrior of light. She's like, a few frogs won't take down the warrior of light. And the way now should be clear. Come, let us go and see my master. Yorva's like, okay, I guess I could have done that, maybe.
Don't you know it's rude to enter without knocking? The youth of today. No manners at all.
Though we neglected to knock, we did create something of a commotion. I had hoped that would suffice.
Heavy-handed as ever, I see. And still not a hint of grace. Some things never change.
To give credit where credit is due, I learned from the best. It has been too long, Master Matoya.
Indeed it has. Oh, it's good to see you again, my girl. And with your fiery spirit unquenched. But look at you, all grown up and womanly. The one there in the fancy duds, that's Louis Soir's granddaughter, I take it?
Grandson, begging your pardons. You knew my grandfather, my lady.
Knew him? Ha! We were constantly at each other's throats. Like rabid dogs we were.
We hate fucked a lot, Alfino.
Never a dull moment when he was around, though, I'll give him that. As for you, boy, I've known you since you were a rosy-cheeked babe at the teat.
And my sister too, I gather. May I say what an honor it is to meet you again, my lady?
Spare me the hollow pleasantries, boy. I'll wager my remaining good teeth you didn't come to a forgotten corner of Eorzea to flirt with a wrinkly old woman. Now out with it. What is it you need of me?
Oh, you see, there was a flying whale. Somebody died.
Azizla. I never thought I'd hear that name again.
You are familiar with it.
As familiar as one can get from poring over musty old tomes. The Alagons set the Isle afloat not long before the sun set on their empire. Old Louis Soir and I often talked about it. The place is home to a research facility dedicated to finding ways of mastering mighty beings, such as primals and dragons. And find ways it did too, frightening ones. Such secrets as lie buried on Azizla aren't fit to see the light of day. And now you tell me a band of dragon-baiting primal botherers are trying to dig them up?
Yeah,
Indeed.
that's what's
And
happening.
to make matters worse, The Ascians have a hand in their plot. They must be stopped, no matter the cost.
I see. Very well.
You will help us then? Truly? I had not anticipated such an impassioned response. Could it be that the presence of young blood has stirred your own?
I mean, we did tell her that the world might end, so...
Some things never change. One day that pertness is going to cost you your tail, my girl. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Being here calls to mind my days studying under Matoya, though she was the strictest and most insatiable of mentors. She led by example and inspired one to greater heights. Were it not for her sage guidance, I should not be the woman I am. Do you see the tomes lying about like so many cheap romances? They are priceless. My professors at the studium would have fits if they saw them in this state. Oh, let it go, Alvino. If they left him here in Starland, they obviously didn't care about him. She's in the mood to reminisce.
"'Twas some 50 years ago, shortly after Garlemald had brought all of Ilsabard under its rule. Faced with the threat of invasion, the people of Sharlayan scrambled about for a means to resist the Empire. For my part, I was tasked with developing an etheric converger.
Ah, yes. A device which draws in ether and concentrates it to produce a destructive force.
A super beam.
But as my research neared its end, it was denounced by the Forum, who claimed that my device was more likely to destroy us than our enemies. After that, they and I had a little falling out, and I decided to seal away all the fruits of my research, lest the dunder-headed ingrates reap any benefit. Ha!
I mean, they deserved it.
Gods. It was satisfying.
Do mine ears deceive? 'Twas you, was it not, who was so fond of saying that all knowledge exists to advance mankind? That how it is used depends on us?
I don't remember. Perhaps. All right, yes. It was a pet phrase of mine. And that should give you a notion of how sick and tired I was of those spineless wretches of the Forum. All talk and no trousers, that lot. That's why I decided to remain behind, rather than join the Exodus.
You may have had your disagreements with my grandfather, but upon that point, your minds were as one.
With respect, Master, the fruits of your research should not be left to spoil. Will you share with us the secrets of the etheric converger?
Aye, I will. All the information you need is contained in a tome I wrote on the subject. But you'll have to fetch it from the forbidden section of the Great Library.
You were not exaggerating when you said that you had sealed it away. Though the city is abandoned, the library's guardians are all but certain to remain. We must needs cut a path through them. Come, let us away.
Alright. You don't want to stop for tea?
Not so fast. You don't expect that you can just waltz on in now, do you?
She's like, I left a nuke in there in case I got really angry. Oh, the great library's guardian shouldn't, and the garden as well, shouldn't pose any difficulty for a hero like you. But if it turns out you aren't up to the task, well, then I'll know you can't be trusted with something as dangerous as an etheric ram. I mean, she got a point. I'll put a pair of familiars at your disposal. One's a Porogo who will help you locate the tomb. And the other is that broom. The other is that broom yonder, who will let you into the library. Well, what are you waiting for? Introduce yourself, girl. There's a lot of brooms around here in Matoya. Greetings, good madam. I am Broomsy, my lady's servant of some 50 years. May I say what it is an honor it is to serve you? I have given to understand you wish to enter the Great Gooble Library. To find it, pray head east upon leaving the cave, or this cave. The building will come into view shortly after you reach the collapsed bridge. The other one, not the... There's a lot of collapsed bridges around here, I know. I shall go and fetch my fellow familiar on my way to the entrance. When your preparations are in order, pray come and meet me there. It'll be my pleasure to unlock the door for you. Alright. If we hurry, we might be able to do the dungeon. Got like an hour left. Oh good, it stopped raining. I also have a distinct memory of ether current being on this bridge. But I believe we have all of them now, so... Yeah, it's gonna be lost content now, but I say good riddance. I fucking hate ether currents, like... I think in the newer expansions, though, you still have a lot to find. The Great Google Library. Whatever the reason, it boggles my mind to think that such a good repository of knowledge could be abandoned. Alvino's like, they just left this shit here? Yes, Alvino, that's exactly what they did. As a child, I would often come here, not only on Master Batoya's errands, but for my own research besides. This is going to be such a fun field trip, guys. I am Parorogo Ribbit, and it shall be my pleasure to guide you to the library. Alright. Are you going to be our fourth party member? I try to I don't know a single thing about the Google Library in Trust. You stand before the Great Gooble Library, one of Heideland's foremost repository of knowledge, and they just left it here. For the books to fucking... You know books need upkeep, right? Like, you can't just leave books to just lie about. Like, libraries that are super fucking old need to have special upkeep. Anyways. I'm so mad at Charlatan. Alas, it has fallen into disuse since the Exodus some summer since. In all those years, its halls have welcomed not the coming of a single soul. Its floors felt not the loving brush of a broom. My apologies, madam. Pray, pay no mind to the dreams of a humble broom. Broomsy, we're gonna need a lot more than you just sweeping up the place. You are doubtless eager to venture within and retrieve my lady's tomb. Tome. Sorry. That made it sound like she was dying. Like your master. Her tome. I shall unlock the door at once. When you have what you seek, pray return to the cave and report to my lady. Hopefully with the book. Alright, duty support. Yep. We have no tank, so we're looking at this tiny little frog and we're like, can you be our tank? Okay. Now we just get to have the elevator music. Trying to think real hard if this theme is a callback to another Final Fantasy game. Or if this was just created for this game. Actually, I should be a little bit more excited because this is our first dungeon with Y'shtola. She's the first red DPS conjurer. I think Parorogo is our best tank that we've ever had. Like, get Thancred out of here. Let's replace him with this guy. I guess Matoya did say that he was gonna guide us in here, so he's being a good guide. A good librarian is also a tank, is what I'm saying. Like, anybody who leads tours, that's tank material. Garlean hierarchy. This is just lore's bit. If you're ever curious about the... So, like, Cid's name used to be Cid Nangarlin, and we have Nero Tolskeva, you know, and then Yai. They're all just, they're, what do you call them? Markers that denote rank. So, like, we have Varus, Yay, Galvus. He's the motherfucking Emperor Garlemald. And non-indicated chief engineer. And then there was also Mao, which... I'm trying to think... Midas, who was Sid's father. No, I think he was also non, because, you know, he was chief engineer. Toll is a legatus. Another hierarchy volume. I shan't be reading those out loud. I don't want to be here all day, but I may peruse through them. But yeah, all these books just fucking left here, and it's like all you can think of is like, what, you're just gonna leave him to rot? Like, also gotta wonder what materials are. Some books, at least from antiquity, like, they got toxic materials in them that's not environmentally safe to just let them rot. But also, when I was thinking about it, I recently paid a visit to Trinity College in Dublin. Oh my gosh, it even goes, like, even further into rank hierarchy. Almost none of these, what was described in there, were ever used in story. Maybe they might use them later, but that would be difficult considering the climate. But, you know.
Focus. Release!
But anyways, when I was at Trinity, that's where the Book of Kells is housed. I got the chance to visit the library there.
Away with you!
Which I wonder if the Great Google Library was based off of it, but Trinity Library houses some of the most oldest books known to man in there. And while I was there, unfortunately, most of the books had actually been pulled off of the shelf because they needed severe maintenance. And some books may not be coming back, simply because to just be resting there on some shelves. It's very hard work on the books to keep them preserved, especially when they're hundreds of years old. Like, that's why I'm like, I know it's only been 15 years for most of these books, but it's like, you can't just expect books to just, you know... Oh, are they not gonna make us slide all across the ice? Oh, now they are. Yeah, never mind. I was gonna say, I'm like, I think they could keep that, you know, in the fight. But yeah, like, while it was disappointing that while I was there, I wasn't able to look at... There were still some books, you know, on the shelves, but there were many shelves that just had nothing on them. But it made me realize that it was like, book upkeep is very serious, and to keep some of those books still preserved as much as possible takes a lot of work. So all I could think of is like, you just they had to just condemn these books to just book death. And it's like, this is not a tiny library. This is not a local library or something. Like, this is huge. And they just left it. look at all these. Look at it! Look at it! I mean, I know it's by design because this gotta be a dungeon and everything, but if this were like a real library, like, Jesus Christ. I'm just calling it. I think Charlatan is like the most irresponsible country of them all. And they want to pretend. They want to pretend so hard that, you know, they're not irresponsible like the rest of the city-states. And I'm like, yeah, you're fucking the most irresponsible of them all. There's also that argument of like, if you don't side with anybody in conflict, you side with the oppressor, essentially. So like, it's really funny because Matoya built that weapon because she'd said when the Garleans had taken over all of Isambard, which by that she means Baja and Ivalice and a bunch of other countries were taken, and that was just the start of it. And then, you know, Alamigo over there, which shares a border to some of those countries, was like, surely leopards won't eat my face, and then they did, and then Gridania's like, well shit, now Garlemald shares the border with us, and if they took over Gridania and the Shroud, then Ul'dah is next, and after that it'll be Limsa Lominsa. So pretty much all of Eorzea, as it is known, collectively. Because I guess let it not be forgotten that Alamigo is technically part of the large region that is known as Eorzea. And while I guess it's not technically a unified country, it's unified city-states that all work together because they know if they don't, like I just described, you know, Garlemald takes over Alamigo, takes over Gridania, takes over everybody, you know, so... Oh, that's a lot of funny words. Yorva's like, I ain't reading all that. Congratulations, I'm sorry that happened. But when... It's just hilarious how they're like, okay, maybe we need to contend with the Garleans because they are disrupting, pretty much, the balance of the world. I mean, they took over nearly an entire continent. And that continent, Isambard, is huge, you know? Still took some time to take over Doma, and even then, I don't think they have control over Yangxia, at least not too hard. And then there's other places like Corvos, and whatever is in between there. Like, they took over a lot of territories, so... This has something to do with Meroweb. Pretty much some discoveries. A bleeding city of gold. Oh, there certainly isn't a city of gold in this universe. I don't know anything about that. But then even after Charlatan tells Matoya that we need to probably develop some sort of etheric weapon to contend against the Garleans, they then are like actually too scared to use the weapon because they were like, well, this will just destroy us. It possibly could. Sid is a cautionary tale of how some of your own devices may be used. And then there's Nero also, but Nero fully knew what the ultimate weapon was going to do when he built it, and he didn't care. But, yeah, so, of course, it's rightfully so that, Matoya should feel pissed off when they had asked that of her, and then they said, never mind, we're too scared. And she's just like, piss off. The entrance to the forbidden section is just ahead. Okay, I guess we'll just waltz on in. I love this guy's dialogue. He's like, it's just over here. And it's like, yeah, what's that? Is that like a terrible beast? But I also still don't get Charlene and the fact that they're like, okay, Garlemald is obviously bad. They disrupt the order of the world. Also, when they encroach upon Alamigo, and eventually most of Eorzea, we're just gonna skedaddle out of here and hope that, you know, if Garlemald does take over Eorzea, lepers won't eat my face, and, you know, they definitely won't come to, old Charlayan ever, you know? Why would they ever expand outside of what their ever-expanding territory is? I don't know. I got beef with Charlayan for many reasons. I just hate their sense of neutrality when it's like, you can't stay neutral in these things. You'll condemn yourself. And I guess, Louis Soir and the Circle of Knowing, the whole people who started this game in the first place, they knew. That's why we have Y'shtola, that's why we have Thancred, that's why we have Ida and Papalymo, it's why we have Minfilia. Like, they were Charlayans who looked at whatever the hell the rest of their government was doing, and they were like, hold on a minute. That's actually shit. Like, that, in the end, you're just allowing Garlemald to do whatever the fuck they want if you don't stand up to them. Yeah, and you're like, your feelings of neutrality, of not wanting to get in the business of other countries and stuff like that. Like, don't give a shit about Eorzea all you want. One day Garlemald will come for you, and who's left to help you out? We are almost to the forbidden section. You know, they technically have two forbidden sections because now they also got their own library back in the original Charlayan, old Charlayan. And I can only imagine, well, we've had a peek into the library a bit, but never was a major location. I can only imagine that library is even bigger than this one, and this one is huge. I was half wondering if this dungeon would get us level 60. It might, but I still think we got to level 59 quests to go through. But yeah, we've already made it to level cap, at least the level cap of Heavensward. We will of course continue to level up ridiculously past what was originally possible. You know, I'm gonna miss my time with Pararogo. Like, wish we could have had more dungeons with him. Such a good tank. Like, I need to showcase how tiny this guy is. Like, look at this little tank go. Oh, gotta get out of the poop. But he's just standing up to this big giant colossus of armor, and he's just like, don't worry, I'll defend you all. Like, he's even smaller than a Lalafell. We're gonna have Lalafell tanks in here that would be bigger than him. Forbidden tomes can certainly assume many forms. Are you saying these void scent technically count as that? Oh, maybe she's talking about this diary. This is about Lady Amadine, which is part of the Hawk Manor quest line. I guess there were more people, even in the past, that were trying to summon that void scent. This guy's still not dead. I was like, why is just Tola still tethered? He just took forever to die by dots. Oh boy. The Forbidden Room. And it's some guy. It's a book with legs and arms. I don't know if they do much explaining about, like, he's just the guardian. Oh, here's the Archon symbol right here. You can see it on Y'shtola if she would allow me to, but yeah, that's the symbol of the Archons. It's just screaming about tentacles. The sound of it writhing on the bed. Okay. Yorva's like, Alfino, don't read that. That's just somebody's fan fiction over there. I also like, that they put these chains up like it's gonna do much. Like, it's all chained up, but it's like, you could just remove... All you have to do is just, like, maneuver these books around. Alfino and Y'shtola are like, I have no words for this guy. He's just the guardian. They're like, you know who would be a great guardian for our library? Just a book with legs. That's what we should do. Interesting choice, Alfino. And you're just gonna stand in that? Okay, I guess...
Away with you!
Oh, okay, how are we doing this, guys? Oh, I was supposed to take that side, I see. This is gonna be interesting. Oh, I'm coming, Alfino. I'm coming. There we go.
I have my pride.
Okay, so it's entirely reliant on the player to make sure to hit all of those. At least you don't have to do all of them. That would be a nightmare. Alfino's not gonna move that. He's just like, nope, I'm standing here. Gonna make all of us move out of the way. Alright. Okay, gotta follow them both. Kind of like if you were with real players. My cat has entered. And I'm like, why is it always when I have to beat up the final boss that you're here? I didn't even LB, kitty. I forgot to. Yeah. Wait. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? Oh, what just happened? Alfino? Okay, hold on. I'm just so taken aback by what I just saw. Okay. Poor Ogorogo, he's tired. I'm tired too, I'm seeing double of Alfino. I have to rewind my... As we're standing there with Alfino and Y'shtola, Alfino runs up to us. So there was 2 Alfinos on the screen. I don't think that was intended. I'm not sure if that that glitch has been reported. Oh, we've activated another fast food restaurant. I've run out of fast food restaurants. Maybe this one's Panda Express? Man, I really want some orange chicken.
So this is the tome. Excellent.
She's like, it says it's the Encyclopedia of Buzz.
Let us take it to Master Matoya at once.
Matoya just drew a bunch of butts in here. I think she was recording various attractive people's butts in this. There's some really nice butts. Like, Yorva's looking through and is like, you gotta look at this. These are nice butts. My god, everything taking issue with me. Just hurtling water balls at me. Just hitting the back of my head. I take it you found the tome. I keep wanting to say tomb. Tomb. Matoya's like, I'm not that old yet. It's like, yeah, you are. Well, let's see it then. She's like, wait a minute, this is just my drawings of butts. Where's my research? She's like, oh, it's at the back of the book. Okay, this is it. I must say, the experience brought back memories. But I don't remember those butts, Matoya. Just like the old days, you still send people into thick of danger as if it was nothing more than a mundane errand. She knows we're pretty powerful, so, you know. But we were able to accomplish our task thanks to Parorogo. He is an immensely capable familiar, a creation worthy of the great Master Matoya, Alvino Quit Brown-Nosing. And to simply witness him in action gave me a better understanding of arcane entities. Should the opportunity present itself, I would very much like to employ this knowledge for the betterment of mankind, create a new variety of carbuncle, perhaps. Don't get ahead of yourself, boy. She's just like, shut the fuck up. Louis Suave's grandson or no, it'll take another decade under me before you can call yourself a scholar. Matoya, he's already a fucking Archon. And a deal more than that to make you scholar worth a damn. My god. Alvino was so impressed by Parogorogo's taking. He's like, I want one. As you may have gathered, Master Matoya is not easily impressed. I'm like, this kid already has, you know, a degree out of Charlatan. Indeed. So shall we examine the tome? Yorva's like, that's Alfino, you make whatever froggy pet you want, like. Despite how it sounded, I do not exaggerate when I say it was a tremendous learning experience to observe one of Master Matoya's familiars. The insights I required, I shall put to good use. Like, he's over there like, whether she wants to teach me or not, I'm gonna figure it out. It's well that you were able to receive the tome. Had you failed, Master Matoya planned to have us take dictation while she quoted its contents from memory. Oh god, we managed to escape a fate worse than death, honestly. Yorva's like, I would have taken the dungeon.
I had not thought to behold this tome again.
What about a tomb? She won't even fucking read it. She's just gonna zap it with lightning.
There. It is deciphered. Now your friend should be able to make sense of the contents.
We couldn't
That
just
said,
decode it ourselves.
It's one thing to understand the workings of the etheric converger, and another to actually make it work. You do realize how much ether is required?
We got crystals.
Sid is keenly aware of the energy dilemma. His airship is by no means large, and it can only bear a limited quantity of crystals.
If only we had white auracite in the etheric siphon.
Alas, Minfilia is missing along with both artifacts, and Moonbreeder is gone.
Would that there were another ready wellspring of energy for us to draw upon.
Why did it not occur to us before? We already have what we need. The Eye!
We could just
It
use...
has been drawing ether into itself for as long as the Great Worms have lived. It is a veritable wellspring of energy.
Could just use the eye in Estinian's butt pocket.
It might just suit our needs. But is this energy something that can be harnessed at will?
I believe so, with the aid of the Azure Dragoon of Ishgard.
I'm sure it'll be
Then
fine.
it is settled. Let us return to the Holy See at once.
Like, yeah, you know how, guys stole the eyeball power? Can we just use that stolen power for ourselves?
Stola, wait. When did the light fade from your eyes?
I might have known that it would not escape your notice. It has been this way since I returned from the life stream. An after effect of the teleportation magic I invoked, most like.
She's like, yeah, I did, a death.
They are called forbidden spells for a reason. What were you thinking?
A death teleportation spell, no big deal.
I have no regrets. I but did what was necessary to preserve the light of hope, to keep my promise to Minfilia. Besides, it afforded me the rare opportunity to wander the ether, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
I need not tell you that it consumes your very life force to see by sensing the ether around you. Take care of yourself. Do you hear me?
I will, Master Matoya. And thank you.
Yeah, so if it wasn't obvious before, Miss Y'shtola is now blinded from her experience. However, and I kind of wish they went the Toph experience, but I can understand that it's just really complicated to write for in something this expansive, but she's not really blind, she just sees in a different way now. She uses her knowledge of ether while she was floating around in the live stream. I can only imagine that she kind of uses some sort of like ether echo waves to kind of see around, and since everything mostly is comprised of ether, she can still see, but so Matoya in the English version makes it sound like she's draining the life out of herself, and while that's technically true, reading into other versions, namely the Japanese version, what she is saying is Y'shtola is taking her own ether that she stores in her body and uses it to see. And that's taking a toll on her, but it's not necessarily draining like years of her life off of it. It's more like she's just got to put in a lot of work and effort into it. And she's telling Y'shtola to take care of herself because she could just, you know, exhaust herself thoroughly. But it was under the misconception for a very long time that Y'shtola is like killing herself in order to see with the ether powers. but that is not true. If you look into the Japanese version, it's more that Matoya is concerned that Y'shtola is working too hard to compensate for her blindness. So that's something to clear that up. When she said you're using your life force, she's meaning you're using the ether that you create from your own form, your own life, you know. Anyways, Alphino here. Thanks to your customarily heroic efforts, we now possess the knowledge to build an etheric ram. All that remains is to secure its energy source, which, you know, is just as easy as walking up to a stand and be like, can we have the eye? Let us hasten back to Ishgard and consult Sir Aymeric regarding the eye. It's like we do have a dragon eyeball in our possession, and while what we should do right now is immediately go to the dragons and be like, here is an eyeball. It is yours, not ours. Please take it back. But, you know, we're kind of busy right now, and we do kind of need to use it. Hello, Aymeric. A rare chance to see you outside of your office, I see. Ah, you are returned. Sir Aymeric, I am pleased to see that your recovery proceeds apace. You are not clutching your sides like your ribs are still broken. May I introduce Y'shtola, a fellow scion of the Seventh Dawn and Archon of Charlayan. My lord, please excuse me for foregoing due pleasantries, but we seek your eyeball. We seek your counsel regarding the etheric ram. Though we now possess the knowledge to build such a device, we yet lack an appropriate source of energy with which to power it. We believe, however, that Ishgard may possess the solution to our problem. Oh, you need not apologize, my lady. Full eager am I to learn of your progress. Please tell me of this energy source that you believe we possess. He's like, we have that? Yorva's like, Estinian's butt pocket, Aymeric. Oh. And you are certain that the eye can lend its power to Master Matoya's etheric converger? At Estinian's command, yes. We do know that we do need his... He knows how to use the MacGuffin. Very well. I shall speak with him. He's in my bedroom right now. He's like, why is he... Never mind. My thanks, Sir Aymeric. Nay, my friend, 'tis I who should thank you. As should every Ishgardian. You labor in our name, and nary a care for your own safety. Let us speak with Sid. He will doubtless be eager to begin work on the etheric ram. He'll just craft it in a matter of a couple of hours, you know. Oh, I love... I, too, stand on the desk in order to talk with Aymeric. I shall personally relay your proposal to Estinian. If that which you ask is possible, you may be assured of his cooperation. My thanks again, Yorva. I mean, Aymric's gonna walk up to him and be like, can you fuel the eyeball on the ship so that they can go after the Archbishop? And Estinian's just like, just tell me where to go. I'm glad that you and yours are safe. Thank you. Have we talked with Handaloo before? The heretics wreak the greatest havoc in Foundation, and war is inevitably the weak and the powerless who are made to suffer most of all. Okay. Were we ever properly introduced Handaloo? Oh, we gotta go to... I keep thinking, like, okay, where's the airship landing? And I'm like, it's not called the airship landing, it's the one that you have to go to for the, astrologian quest. Oh yeah, Nordalchaw. Just, you know, love this guy. He just appears suddenly and is like, I guess I'm an employee of the Ironworks. He just shows up, you know? They hired some Ishgardian. They're like, we found a guy that can help out. Ah, you're back. The preliminary work on the Enterprise is more or less finished. Tell me you found a way to build the etheric ram. That's kind of the whole reason we did this. Greetings, Sid. It's been a while. Meanwhile, like, Sid's like, oh, you're not dead. Good, alright. Like, she has no reaction to that. This tome contains the fruits of my former master's research on a device known as an etheric converger. Our RAM should operate on the self-same principle. Sid's like, ooh, these are a lot of buts. She's like, yeah, please go to the last 5 pages. Ah, where are my manners? Put a toy like this in my hand and I go off into my own world. Gods, it's good to see you. He's like, oh yeah, I just now remembered. You're not dead. And bearing a gift besides. A very distracting one, if I might add. If I didn't know better, I think it was my name day. Maybe it is. But there will be time for tearful reunions later. I'll make a start on the tome right away. So long as I have a grasp on the fundamentals, I should be able to knock something together, which leaves the small matter of the energy source. We believe we have found a solution to that problem as well, in the Azure Dragoon's butt pocket. Look, there he is. Pray forgive our lateness. We were, having a private discussion in my office. Just pulls it out of nowhere. The power of the eye is not to be drawn upon lightly, but I believe we may have sufficient cause to do so. I don't know, Estinian, you drew upon that energy, like, willy-nilly back in Realm Reborn. Just saying, like, you're like, this is not to be tinkered with, you know? And you're like, I don't know, you did a lot of that before. So this is the fabled eye. By the 12, it seeds. 'Tis a wonder such power can be contained, much less controlled. I can only imagine what this looks like to Y'shtola with her etheric. It's gotta look like some sort of angry fucking storm. Like, maybe it looks like a miniature version of the Aerie. Boys, our friends have kindly provided all the ingredients. Let's see if we can't make something out of them. Like, I guess I've never worked with an eyeball before. You heard the chief. We're not resting till the etheric ram is operational. Not one wink of sleep. No sleep till Brooklyn. Cart chocobo. We're gonna stay, walk off like, alright, we're gonna go sleep ourselves, like, everybody's like, we're gonna go sleep. Given the danger of the task that lies before us, I think it only right that we take a moment to bid our friends and allies farewell. We could all die in a fiery crash, you know. Alas, Sid requires my assistance with Master Matoya's rather singular writings. I like that Sid's like, I need the 16-year-old to help me out with this. Might I entrust the task of visiting those who will remain behind to you? Alright. Oh, good thing Amric is just right here. So the hour is nigh. Would that I could join you in the coming battle, but with my wounds I fear I would only be a burden to you. In consorting with the Ascians and availing himself of primal powers, my father made himself an enemy of all that is good and right in the world. Do whatever you must to end his madness. May the Fury watch over you. I think we're gonna have to kill this guy, Warrior of Light. Azure wings to bear us to the final battle. I must admit there is poetry to it. I don't know, Estinian. It doesn't look, Oh wait, you're talking about the airship. I was like, are you talking about the Azure Dragoon? Because you're looking kind of red and not Azure right now. But then he's like, no, I'm talking about the airship. And Yorva's like, oh, yeah, the airship is blue. You're right. Americ really did say the meme. He just said it in a more refined way. He was like, I think you're gonna have to kill this guy, Warrior Fleet. Oh wait, I need to talk to Lucia first. Oh wait, I am. Never mind. I thought I was entering the bar. I'm gonna say goodbye to Hanalu. Like, he's like, I barely know you. This is it then. Go well, my friend. I shall pray to the Fury for your preservation. Mayhap you think it strange that a daughter of Garlemald should pray. I do not blame you. I used to think it passing strange myself, but then I saw how hot Halone is, so... But that all changed when I discovered something dearer to me than mine own life. Thereafter, praying seemed the most natural thing in the world. Prayers are born of heartfelt faith, and manipulating the people's beliefs for his own twisted ends, the Archbishop makes a mockery of their very existence. It cannot be undone. Or, well, it cannot be born, and it cannot be undone. Unless we kill him, then it can be undone. So you're off to face the Archbishop then. Do you like my new hat? Did you notice I got a new hat? Like, she just shows up in a different outfit and Yorva's like, So you're off to face the Archbishop then. Please be careful and watch over the others, will you? Alfino is really young still. We've lost too many friends as it is. Some may yet return to us, but I couldn't bear to lose anyone else. I just couldn't. Yorva's like, that's okay. We'll return with everybody that we put on that airship. We definitely won't lose anybody on that airship. I realize it's asking a lot, but you're the strongest person of the fucking group. And also the strongest person I know. And I don't think there's anything you can't achieve if you put your mind to it. So please, whatever else happens, keep everyone safe. I think we're on the same page, Tatara. I don't even think you need to ask. Like, I'll do it. And then the Warrior of Light's like, yeah, you know who else I should say goodbye to? Hilda. Like, way more than Lord Admont. We're gonna talk to Hilda. Well, if it ain't my old friend Yorva, off to face the Archbishop and his cronies, is it? I'd love to go and give those bastards a good walloping myself, but I'm not licensed outside the city to use this gun. That Snake Sharver especially, I want to put a bullet between his eyes. But I've got to stay here and keep an eye on things. That's actually way more responsible. With the Archbishop gone, some of the poor folk might get in their heads to do something stupid like storming the pillars. But blood won't get us what we want, and I need to be around to remind them of that in case they forget. Which they probably will. No need to worry about us anyways. I'll work with Sir Aymeric to preserve the peace. You just concentrate on settling the score with the Archbishop, huh? Very mature of Hilda to just not let the lowborns wreak havoc, because holy shit would I do it. I'd just be like, yeah. But she's right, like, if you just ransack the whole place, what does it get you? Like, anything? Might get you, like, something nice for a moment. Just a little moment. Yorva's like, oh, that guy isn't standing on the ledge anymore. I guess he finally jumped. Welcome! He always says that, except when Hodgefont dies, then he doesn't say welcome. Mr. Savage, how good of you to pay me a visit. He's like, I was assured that you probably forgot about me. And like, no, I wouldn't. It feels as if it were only yesterday when we first met here in this chamber. And by Square Nexus terms, we probably were only here a few hours. You came to us a fugitive seeking asylum, and now you bear the hopes of our nation upon your shoulders. It's kind of what I always came here to do from the beginning. The scene that hurts me so. He would not have told you, but when Hodgefont begged me to accept you into our household, he described you as hope incarnate. At the time, I assumed he was waxing lyrical, as he is extremely horny and extremely romantic. As was his wont. He's like, I know, my son. But I have come to see that he simply spoke the truth. You are hope, a shining beacon that shall guide the people of Ishgard through the raging snowstorm. We have a lot of those. It snows here a lot. I think you may notice that already. A memento. It's for you to never forget how he died. Were my son here, he would have wished to fight at your side in the battle to come. Take care, my friend, and return to us. I really do not want any more dead people in my household. Please. Thank you. Thank you, Dad. I like that Americ's not budging. He's like, I'm not gonna leave until I know you're all gone. I like that the Enterprise is like, we painted fire decal on it so that it goes faster. Count Edmont bequeathed to you Lord Archifont's shield. A noble gesture. We cannot use it though, it's got a hole in it. We bear the hopes and dreams of full many souls. Let their faith in us be a source of strength and courage as we face our remaining trials. Alright. It is 3 minutes till 9 o'clock, so I'm gonna stop right here and we'll continue next week. That was a pretty good chunk. Like, we not only got through, like, some of the samurai quest line, but we got through pretty much the entire Charlayan bit. So, yeah, this was a good session. Thank you very much for joining, and have a good rest of the night.